It's been 5 years since the death of George Floyd caught the attention of millions across the country. Half a decade after Floyd was killed by a Minneapolis police officer, people across the country are still remembering his legacy. Memorials set up across the country, including in Minneapolis near George Floyd Square and in Houston, where he grew up. His death sparked nationwide protests 5 years ago, calling for an end to police brutality. Those protests reaching it all the way to Huntsville as thousands packed down downtown streets. Earlier today, a local organization held a community day, remembering the legacy of George Floyd.
5 years ago on this date, he was murdered in Minneapolis, and so we want to bring the community together for unity, remembrance, and some joy.
United Women of Color Executive Director Angela Curry hosted a community day in Huntsville, remembering the death of George Floyd.
With his death, the world acknowledged the brutality that Black and brown people suffer at the hands of police who violate their policy and use excessive force. And so it's important for us to continue to have those conversations because we all are open to equal protection under the law.
A handful of other organizations showed their support at today's event, including At the Root Collective. Their community organizer notes the police brutality which has hit the community closer to home.
Today we're still facing a lot of the same problems that we were then. We know that murders have happened by police officers in Decatur with Steve Perkins and John Scott Jr. just recently.
Steve Perkins was shot and killed by a Decatur police officer nearly 2 years ago in September 2023. John Scott Jr. died back in April after having an unknown medical emergency following an arrest made by DPD.
As a community, we have to start coming together and working to hold the police accountable and make sure that they're doing the work that they're supposed to be doing, which is protecting the public.
If we don't have the conversations, then we can guarantee that nothing's going to change.
The Trump administration moved to end settlements with Minneapolis and Louisville Wednesday that ordered an overhaul of their police departments following the deaths of Breonna Taylor and George Floyd. The move marks a stark difference from former President Biden, who called for federal oversight of police forces across the U.S., accused of widespread violations.